So guys, we are a little late in the week putting up our season 8, episode 1, Winterfell review. But of course, we did watch it thoroughly. I think I watched it 3 times. How many times did you watch it?
Once, 1.5.
Wonk, wonk. So that was done. Just want to kind of go over some of the key points that I noticed, as well as, of course, what Will thought about the show. So to start, let's jump right in. The homage to season 1, episode 1 was real. It was kind of like, I was like, whoo, because it tied in how season 1 started. We saw Arya, a little girl, a little, soldier hat on, running to see the king and the queen arrive and all their, crew. And then we also saw Bran scaling the buildings to kind of get a, to get a good look at things. And they had this random little boy, this little town boy, this time, who was doing the same thing, and it was kind of cute, kind of brought things full circle. So I did appreciate that. And of course, I know everyone said that it was the same music, the same soundtrack that was used in episode 1, season 1. I didn't really notice that. I just kind of noticed the whole little boy running and trying to see and kind of like peek, and finally he was like, screw this, I'm gonna climb. So that was cute. I thought that was cute. The next thing I noticed also, the shade of it all. It was some serious shade in this episode, y'all. Like, it was so real. From, Sansa and Dany meeting for the first time. And Dany's like, oh, you're so beautiful. Thank you for having me in your home. Everything's beautiful. Sansa was like, Winterfell's yours, child. I don't want to, look. Yeah, I'm done. I was like, ooh, that was cold. Also, I noticed, I kind of peeked a little bit where apparently Winterfell don't have no black people, y'all, because they was shook. They was shook at Grey Worm and Missandei rolling through with the crew. They was like,
yeah,
what the hell? And I think Missandei and Grey Worm actually noticed as well. They were like, okay, why are they staring at us? What's up? Mm-hmm. And that's what happens also to it's kind of like the equivalent of going into a small town that's everyone knows each other, closed off. They know when you're not from there, so it's real. So I really couldn't. I laughed, but I was like, damn, I had no black people in Winterfell, y'all. It was crazy. The next thing. When the dragons flew through, because Dany was kind of feeling a certain way, and I probably would have too, where, she's riding through and she's trying to, remain regal and calm, and the people was like, get her out of here, we don't want to see her. And so the dragons came through. Drogon and Rhaegal was like, bitch, and the people were like, oh shit, it's a dragon. And Dany was like, know me, know the girl. So that's what it was. So I enjoyed the full shade of the episode. Also the little bear, Lyanna Mormont, the little girl, she's the real strong little one. She let John have it. Like, all the men were sitting in there like, rumble, 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 rumble. She stood up. She was like, I didn't know what to call you. Like, we made you king. You came back something else. What are you anyway? So it was just so much shade. So I liked it. I really did. And finally, the shadiest moment of it all, Sansa and Dany are going to have to come to terms. And I think it's going to happen fairly quick, because I feel like the episode or the season already started kind of rushed. Like, I felt like they were kind of just chugga, moving things along. And I get it. It's 6 episodes, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So, they're not trying to spend too much time on stuff that's probably not as important. But I did notice how Dany and Sansa seem to have like a beef already. And Sansa was like, well, I didn't plan to feed all these people and 2 grown dragons. What do they eat? She was like, whatever they want. Yeah, and it could be you if you keep talking. So I enjoyed that. I was like, ooh. So one thing I didn't like was how rushed everything was. Did you feel like it was rushed?
It was rushed a little bit, but like you said, it's only going to be 6 episodes, so they had to get straight to the point.
Yeah. I just was like, okay, Danny found out Bran. Oh, and Bran's a little weird ass. I'm sorry, but he is creeping me the hell out. Like, I know he's a three-eyed raven. I know he's dealing with a whole lot of, and, you know, he has to figure out, you know, how he can stop this Night King and stop this evil force from taking over the entire world, pretty much. But, child, you weird as hell. Like, every time you have all this commotion and confusion, and then you look around and Bran's just like,
Yeah.
like, I'm like, he was so weird. But I did like how he kind of came through. Like, listen, your dragon gone. He one of them. We don't have time for this.
Yeah.
And we didn't get the real reaction from Dany. I kind of wanted more of a reaction, like, oh my god, because you know those are her children, and as far as she knows, those are the only children that she's gonna ever have. So if somebody told me one of my children was repossessed by some evil demon spirit, I'm gonna be like, what? You know, we didn't get that. She was just like, what? You know? So that was kind of like, meh. So, okay. I'm going to quickly touch on Cersei because honestly, I thought her storyline or what do you call it? Her part in the show this time was very limited and very empty to me.
And she may have a big part in season. I said season 2, episode 2.
Yeah, maybe. As the season goes on,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see more of the lovely Cersei. But she's desperate for power at this point, and it's like a crackhead for power. It's like you're gonna do everything you can do, including sleeping with this snaky ass, you know, Euron Greyjoy. And I'm just like, ew, you slept with him? And then you get this whole regal speech like, you don't take a queen, you earn her. And then you turn right around and give it up smooth. And I'm like, what was that?
I think she's gonna be a bit. I think from 3 on 6, she's gonna be the main focus, or she's gonna be the main villain. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
That sounds about right. They're gonna wrap the Night King up and then move into Cersei. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Almost Jon Snow almost off that dragon. Told you, you're not gonna make it.
Oh god, first of all, he mastered that dragon.
He almost fell off that dragon. Almost.
Anybody would have fell off. You was out of the scene. You was ready.
I was right because I was right. I told you.
So you think they're gonna bring him through all these seasons to have him fall off the back of a dragon?
It almost happened. I mean, I would say no, but it almost happened.
So another part of the episode that I love seeing Sam again. Sam is probably one of my low-key favorite characters also. The emotion, like it was crazy because, you know, he was there and he was happy to meet Dany, probably one of the very few people in Winterfell right now who are happy to see her. And she was like, killed your father, killed your brother. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
So he was shook. He was like, you know.
That John, he ended quickly because he had to go tell Jon Snow who he truly was, so he got over there real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, actually he ran out into the street and Bran was like, go tell him now.
Right.
You know, and I almost kind of low-key feel like, is he trying to, not set Dany up, but is he like trying to dethrone her low-key now? Like, listen, you the real king. I don't like her anyway. She killed my whole like male line except for me. So, you know, go ahead and step up and take your throne, Jon.
Yeah, it could be like that, but I don't think he's going to, due to the fact that you only got like 5 episodes left, I don't think he's going to be that type of person.
No.
He's going to play his role.
Yeah, I don't think, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I don't think he's going to carry on a long scheme situation, but the fact that he went and told Jon, like, and then he was like, would she do the same thing? Would she, you know, you gave up your crown for the people. Would she do the same thing? Like, he kind of is like pitting Jon against Dany to me a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So finally, y'all, Jon Snow knows his lineage. He knows who he really is. He is not the bastard of Winterfell. He is not a Snow at all. He is freaking Aegon Targaryen.
Yeah.
The 6th of his name.
Yeah.
So he is that dude. He is the blood of the dragon. He is, you know, the prince that was promised, all that good stuff. You know, that's kind of going into deep into the theory land. But, you know, I was like, I kind of wanted to cry. I was like, oh God, it's happening. Because I know when I first read the books, and book I'm going to say around book 1, when they were describing how John's eyes were kind of violet and, you know, his features were kind of weird to be a Stark, I was like, something up with him. Like, he's not just a bastard. He's not, you know, it's something up. And then when they kept, you know, when they went into the tourney of, Harrenhal, in the books, it was like, I was like, wait a minute. I bet you his mother is the sister. And it took me a little bit longer to figure out his father was Rhaegar, but I was like, When I read about him giving her that blue rose and how he took her, I was like, you can't just come up in Winterfell and take her. Like, she had to be willing to go. And I'm like, so they were together, and that's when I kind of it just clicked for me, as well as most people who read the books. You know, L plus R equals J. So yeah, he finally knows it now. I'm happy. So Big Theon saves the day. Theon Greyjoy comes through with the axes, taking down the whole ship to get his sister, and gets headbutted on his ass in the end of it. But he had that coming up. He left her, you know, in the straight punk move, and so she was like, I'm gonna knock you down and I'll help you up. And it looks like he's headed back to Winterfell now to try to help fight, which I think he's gonna pretty much die there.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get there during the battle.
Say it again?
I think he's gonna get there during the battle. Like, as they're fighting, he's going to arrive. I don't think he's gonna get there before.
Maybe, yeah. He might be one of those people that actually saves a life. Like, it'd be kind of poetic if he saved Bran or saved Jon, you know, to kind of prove himself. You know, hey, I came back when I didn't have to come back to help you guys, and I'm here. I'm fighting. I'm loyal. You know what I mean? So
I'll throw something out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, I'll let you finish.
No,
I'll let you finish. Keep going.
Okay, so you have some theories now. All right, so Will's like church mouse over here. He's quiet, but toward the end of the these are my little notes that I had from the show. I was like, I'm gonna touch on this. So after that, we'll talk about theories, y'all, going forward. So also, Jon flying Rhaegal. I got my life. I did.
I almost had my hopes come true.
Why are you hoping for that man to die?
I'm predicting he's not going to make it through the season. He's not. I'm sticking to my guns.
He's a hater.
I'm not hating. I just feel it. I feel it.
I feel it too, but not in that fashion. I don't think he's going to fall off the back of a dragon. This man got stabbed in his chest, bled out, been dead for like, what, weeks, a month, and came back, and he's still fighting him, so.
Well, that's an unpredictable death. He just fell off a dragon.
That would be the worst ending.
Like, what the?
HBO would be picketed, rioted, egged, everything. So the next thing on my list from the show is Drogon giving Jon the stink eye.
That was funny.
That was funny. That was hilarious, because it was like, what you kissing my mama for? Like, or another thing that I got from that was, y'all know y'all cousins, right? or you know, you know that's your aunt, right? Y'all just over here second face. He was like, the dragons know who you are before you know who you are.
They gonna find out what happens when they start talking or whatever. They gonna find out. I think Jon Snow will come up and tell her, I'm such and such.
Yeah.
And she can be like, oh, snap.
Yeah. There's a scene in one of the previews or the trailers where she's down in the crypts with Jon, and I feel like that's the same thing. We're probably going to see that in the next episode where he tells her, because Jon's so honest Abe over there. I think he's going to tell her, hey, I'm your nephew, and my father was so-and-so. I also feel like he's going to be like, I don't even want the crown. You can have it. I never wanted to be king. I just want to, I think he's gonna want to, I want to protect my people, and that's Jon.
Theory coming up soon as she's finished.
Okay. So, one of the last few things was Little Umber. That was some freaky stuff for me. I was, watching it, and you see this sigil kind of deal thing on the wall.
That was very creepy.
Yeah, with the legs and the arms or whatever it was, and then the little boy in the middle. I'm like, why they do that to that little child baby? And then he pops off. That scream was creepy as hell. I ain't like it. And I wonder if the Night King was kind of watching through him, of course, because he was, possessing him. I wonder if he was listening to what they were saying and like, it was creepy. So on to the theories. You can go first.
The theories. We watched this theory
Wow. You want to steal my thing.
Well, I'm doing it too. I forgot his name though.
See, and you run your mouth.
What's his name?
You gonna just take my shit and just
I wasn't
run your
taking
mouth.
it. We watched it together, but I forgot his name. What's his name?
Hudson Prime.
Good job, Hudson Prime. You did a real good job, especially on part 2. Because yeah, I believe you.
Okay.
I think that Jon Snow. I don't see. I guess can we?
You don't want to do that. So again, I had this all planned out, and here comes Will with the steal. Of course, I showed him a theory that I found from a small YouTuber named Hudson Prime. What I'm gonna do, I'm not going to speak on it in detail because I'm gonna be honest, it fucked me up. Like I was like, oh shit, he's on point, and that's what's gonna happen, and it felt like the ending was spoiled for me. And I even warned Will. I was like, I have this theory video to show you. I don't know if you want to see it because it's gonna spoil.
But if his theory is correct, then I was right.
Okay, all right. You were right to a degree. I mean, okay. So the theory is so spot on, y'all, that it's scary. Like he wrapped up the books and the TV show in a neat little ass bow and laid it out for us like, eat it if you dare. Open it if you dare. And I was like, oh my God. So I don't want to go into detail with the theory because I feel like it may spoil for a lot of people. So what I'll do is I'll link it below and you can enter at your own risk. What I will say though is, yes. It's like George R.R. Martin was in his ear like, yeah. And he just did a video and got it up real quick and put it out there, y'all. It's crazy how accurate or how logical it is. And so, check it out or not. If you want to watch the show and see what happens, cool. If you want to check it out, check it out. But y'all, when I tell y'all, it's real. So be prepared. Any other theories you got?
Oh, Dragon will come out episode 3. I mean, the 3rd episode, a dragon is going to, I feel it, a dragon. Why is another hidden dragon in Winterfell?
So Will's still holding on true to the fact that there's going to be a dragon.
Matter of fact, I got both of the dragons dying, and another one's going to come out.
Okay. So I feel like, personally, I feel like we've seen all the dragons we're going to see. But I do feel like something is up with that crypt. Because they wouldn't have built the entire crypt sequence into the what do you call it the introduction. Yeah. And they wouldn't be referencing it so hard in the trailers and all that stuff. So it's something in the crypts that's gonna pop off. So guys, we were talking about the theories. My camera overheated, shut off. New camera alert. So anyway, we're talking about the theories and wrapping that up. So yeah, click below if you want to get spoiled, because I feel like it's going to be a definite spoiler. You have any other theories that you want to go over?
No, that's about it until I watch this episode number 2.
Okay, that's about it until you watch episode number 2. You're not a fan. Actually, you know what? Problems? What? I don't know. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have any more theories that I want to discuss? I think Sansa might have a little plotting going on. I think she might be plotting something. I'm not sure how big her plot is, but I think she's still very much concerned with Cersei and very much concerned with never being held captive again. So I kind of think she's in the background making some moves and, thinking things through. And she has Arya on her side. I think Arya is probably one of her biggest confidants now because they're on the same page. Protect our home, protect our family. And people keep asking about the Stark line dying. Who's going to get busy to keep their line going on? And I don't know. I think in the books with the story, the women can carry on the line as well. But I was like, so hold on, Bran probably can't have children, or he's so damn immersed in this three-eyed raven stuff. I don't see him looking at anybody, any female, like with an attraction. No. Jon is not a Stark, so his line is not necessarily, Arya and Sansa. somebody needs to get busy because their line is quickly dwindling. One of the other things that I think the show is going to cut out, I always thought maybe they were going to put it in. In the books, there was another Targaryen. And the saying is the dragon must always have 3 heads, right? What's the 3rd head? We know we lost the dragon, so maybe the Night King is the 3rd head this time, or there's another dragon that we don't know about. But in the books, there's another character, and I swear, I think they made his name Aegon. I can't remember, but he's Dany's nephew, I feel like, or he's a Targaryen. I can't remember how, because we haven't gotten that far in the books to really get all of his lineage and get him getting into the storyline. So I don't know if they're gonna have him killed off in the books or what, because the show never even addressed him. So there's that. But yeah, that is our update, our review for season 8, episode 1, Winterfell.
Very excited.
Very excited. I can't wait. We're going to see you guys next week for episode 2 review. Be front and center, y'all. Winter has come.
Yes, it has.
All right. Bye.